There we go. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Well, for anyone who's hanging out, it's not going to be too long of a stream today due to the holiday. But, yeah, no, that's it. Oh, I gotta actually post on the Twitter. Let's forget that. Yeah, no, that's it. Oh, I gotta actually post on Twitter. There we go. Good morning, Pro Tools. So today I'm going to actually just spend the time coding up the savable house interior project. I spent multiple hours yesterday breaking it and not finishing, and then rethought my process, realized I was doing it poorly by trying to shortcut, and then I whipped out a finishing product yesterday. So now we actually have items you can move, items you can rotate. They'll save properly when you pick them up and place them, and rotation actually saves appropriately for everything, including rotation and position, and scale of course works as well. So the actual project works properly. I just need to go through and code it, comment everything. And if anyone has any questions, comments, questions, feel free to post them in chat. I will see if I can assist. In the meantime, I'm going to comment everything. Okay, so we have, let's start from the top, make things easier. Let's see, this is my interact. This is when we are going to bind to when we finish saving. Like that. Let's clean this up. Drop that down, drop that up. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna work. So keep that one. And straighten connections. There we go. Now it's a little bit better. Okay, cool. So let's see. We're going to get all of our savable operations. That's right. All right, savable house. Oh no, this is getting. Oh no, never mind. Our interior. That's a different product manager. And get notified when you are done saving. Wow, comments are taking a while to pop up. And then handle exit interior. Save out to save game object. Hello, Rodrigo and Catatus and Esed and everyone else who's hosting me or just watching me. Let's see. Open up our logo. That's our logo. There we go. Okay. This is going to be handle interacting with our. This is the exit volume. That's right. Handle interacting with our exit. Okay. Now let's do our code down here. This is pretty simple. This is when we overlap. We slap stuff on our screen. When the player overlaps us, display the exit text. This is pretty simple. Is this the player? Do we already have an exit text on the screen? Widget. Wow, I'm I'm so needing to re-provision this thing. Yep. Okay, cool. And add to the same thing. Is this the player? Do we have a widget? And if we do, remove widget, remove widget. There we go. I am using a Black Yeti. Oh my god. I'm using a Yeti blackout. It's just the black version of the Yeti. The giant penis looking microphone. But I'm using Audition with some filters on it to try to remove my background noise so I don't have to edit while I'm recording. And then all the echoes from the fact I'm in a room that has no padding. Let's see. Player leaves the exit volume. There we go. So let's try organizing this into an organizational fashion. There we go. That'll work. Okay, there's our exit one. Here's our interior manager. Debug code. Connect to delete the save. So we'll just go ahead and get a player. Hello, Vi. Let's go with Viol. That's probably butchering it, but play. Fade our camera to black when we enter. Fade the camera out. Let's fade the cam out, so that didn't work. And then handle loading up our objects. They're not called objects, they are decorations. There we go. So there's that code. Let's see, let's put this here. Let's put this here. Let's see, this is going to be fade in our camera. Create the decoration placement widget. Back to the screen. Okay. Handle fading the camera from black to that. Okay, so that one's done. It is in cardioid mode. It's in the butt position. Does it appear to have a problem? Let's see. Get our level. Yes, the keyboard is loud. I mean, it's literally, the keyboard is below the microphone. It's pointing at me. The keyboard's technically within its range, and the keyboard's loud. I have a very loud, clicky keyboard. It's not usually too much of an issue, except when I'm commenting. The keyboard's literally like half a foot away from the microphone. all of our saved decorations spawn in the decoration at root from the save value. Relative saved meshes values. Okay. And we are done. Fade in. Okay. This is going to be handling entering, right? Handle entering and loading up our code. That, and then let's go ahead and comment out this. You know what's funny is I could probably take all this code and condense it because it's the same. Hello, James. And just have a boolean basically for entering or exiting. Well, that will be something I will discuss as a way to clean up the code. Yeah, that's code on the wrong spot. There we go. Load our existing save. Okay, new save thing object. So reference save again. Okay, I do not like how this is. It's ugly. So what am I gonna do here? Okay, let's just move some stuff around. Move this stuff over. Hello, Daniel. There we go. We'll copy this over, and where is this going to? It's going into here. So let's paste this, plug in here. Okay, so the code should work. I just need to clean up some stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to straighten the whole damn thing, aren't I? Yep, okay, get all object class. Oh, that's just screw it. You know what? It's gonna be a pain in my butt today. Yep, you know what? This is the big deal. Okay, so let's clear out our save our array of decorations. Get all of the decorations in the interior. Through all the decorations, and I don't think I spelled that right. No, I did. No, I did not. Decorations. There we go. Okay, so here is where we have a bunch of these things I need to organize better. Okay, let's put this here. Let's put this here. Go there. It's gonna go there. This down, this down, switch him up and over. There we go. That's looking a little better. And that one can go there, and then that one can go there. So we can back up a little. There we go. That's at least clean. We know everything we're getting now, so that'll work. Okay, so this will be add the decoration, the interior to our save game object. Oh, this doesn't go in the save game yet. 2R. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. Save game object. There we go. Get our loading. Save object to local storage. That said store it, not storage. There we go. And let our colors know we are done. Any insight on rotation? No, I got rotation working. I didn't give up, I just did it properly. I'll show you that when I get to that point. Let me comment this out. This is handle exiting and saving parts decorations. No, I don't give up as much as I say it. I just realized I did it. I implemented it poorly in the first place, so I went ahead and just redid it better. And now it works without any issues that I can tell. Let's see, there should be an interface. There should be an interface. Here's my struct, my map. This is my save game. Holds the decorations. Okay, so that's all going to be in here. So here's the backup. This is what I was originally doing. And what's funny is this entire section right here, that's the original version. Here's the new version, and this is that entire section. It's gone from that mess to this little mess. What I basically did was I'm no longer attaching to the actor. The attaching to the actor is where the issue came in, because I'm attaching it. It's got extra rotation involved because of local and world space and relativity, and it basically just added in a whole nother layer of difficulty. That's what I was having. So all I'm doing now is after I spawn it up, I'm setting it. Well, this is the old one, so you can see the old code here, and then the new code's here. It's roughly the same, but all I'm doing is basically using the hit point as a reference and then setting the spawned item separately rather than having it attached. So it's still spawned, I'm just communicating every time I tick where it should be. And then I'm also, for the second one issue I was having, because I was being lazy, and my decorations basically consisted of a root and then a cube basically that I was resizing to make it look like something. I was attempting to maintain its modified scale and then my modified scale, which is bad simply to the fact that in a production game you're going to have real meshes. So I went ahead and just made my hierarchy actually a root and a static mesh, and I made myself some static meshes inside the editor, so it's proper now. And then the third key, once I had those properly set up, is my struct now has two transforms. One for the root transform, which matches my line trace, and then one for the mesh transform, which matches any rotation or scaling I've done. So that way things are kept separately. And then I'll walk through that through here. Yes, basically where the line trace hits, assuming it's a valid hit place, I set the transform of the actor rather than setting the attached transform of the actor. That attached point, because it was on something else, was causing extra rotational values to go into place, and that's what caused the issue. Removing the attachment basically solved most of the problems once I then created my proper meshes. The attachment caused the issue. Basically, it added a whole nother layer of rotational translation issues. Trace out to see where we can place our hyper decoration. Okay, so that's that. And we want to put a comment here. Make sure we ignore the decoration we are currently placing, because that is important. Did we hit anything? Did we hit anything? I'm pretty sure I spelled. Oh, okay. So this code from here on is just going to be a giant mess to comment and reposition. Let's see. So this is going to be, we hit nothing, so clear out our references. There we go. So that's that. Store hit result. Store hit result. Store. Come on, stop it. Actor. Okay. So we have those in there. Are we currently handling something? If we are, set the something we are handling to the hit location. Okay. And then set the rotation of the handle decoration to the normal on the hit. Okay. I split these into two nodes just because I don't know why. But I need to start cleaning them. Okay, so this should be handle decoration here. Clean that one up. This should be handle decoration here. Okay, so that cleans up a little bit of our lines there. This one I can do that. So that way, let's see, this is a rotation like that. Okay, this and all of this needs to come down just so that way it's out of the way. Okay, so that's clean, that's clean, that's clean. This should go up, this should go over a little bit so it's out of the way. This can be moved over. That. That's fine. Okay. This is our rotation right here, which we can set to there. Okay, so that's cleaner. This one can come down. Let's see. This is our hit actor, which I'm already storing. So since I'm already storing the hit actor, I can disconnect this, plug it in here, clean this up, and I'm already storing it. Let's see. It goes. Where are we going to? All the way down to here. Last decoration hit. To here. There we go. So that's getting cleaner. Okay. Let's. Oops. Grab something extra on accident. Okay. So we're gonna go with something like that. Okay. So this is. Oops. Let's see. Is the item we hit? Is the item we hit a decoration? Okay. If it is decoration, then we're going to run this branch. We'll run it roughly like this. Go with that. Oops. Stop it. Okay, so did the item we hit change? Okay, so if we hit something else, okay, right here, it did not change. Oh, okay, hit actor is equal to, okay, so this is written wrong. Is this the same actor we hit last? Check. Last trace. We'll go last trace. If it is, then we're going to do nothing. If it's not, then we're going to need to verify this is our last decoration hit. Oops, not the handled one. Last decoration hit. Here we go. Move that down. Move this code over like this. Okay, so do we have a last decoration that we hit being referenced? Happy Turkey Day, Sterling. Let's see. Okay. And how are we doing today? And everyone else, hopefully everyone else is having a decent day today. I keep missing out on all the good sales. Okay. Toggle the glow on the last decoration we hit to off. And then we're going to set the last decoration we hit. Okay, so we're gonna have to, here we go. Last decoration we hit to our current hit. Okay, and then toggle the glow to on for our current hit. There we go. Okay, so we're getting somewhere with our code. Cleaning up at least. This is still a little bit blah, so we'll move this down. We'll give ourselves something like that. Okay, so now we need to check and see if the last decoration. What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna say this is a really weird check here. What the hell was I doing? Is that when we hit a decoration? Yes. If it's not, then the last decoration will this ever go to true? Okay, I'm just super confused. I'll check this code out. Last decor clear with our reference to our last declaration. Laundry, cleaning, cooking. Oh, there was a $9 sale for Final Fantasy on the PC that I missed out on because there was a pricing error. And then there was 50% off Final Fantasy 15 for the Xbox that sold out. I'm not going to really complain. I'm not supposed to be spending any money, but there are certain deals that are like really good. That's all. I'm trying not to spend any money though. We got Christmas and the holidays coming up. Christmas is a holiday, I guess, technically. So I'm not really too worried about it. Not disappointed, I should say. Okay. There we go. Look at that. That's a lot cleaner. I'm still not happy with where this ended up, though. So, do that, and then that. Yeah, Moto is not, but I just found out that Allegorithmic, the painter, and designer are going to be 33 and 50%. So I'm thinking of actually upgrading from my Painter 1 to my Painter 2 license. I'm considering that this weekend. Moto was like 40% off when 10.2 dropped like a month ago. That's probably why it's not discounted. And that sounds like good food, James. We are actually doing nothing here for Thanksgiving for the most part. We're doing maybe some deviled eggs and some other stuff, but I work and the wife works and the kids really don't care, so we don't have to host anybody, so we're happy. Okay. Here's our last declaration valid. Is it valid? If it is, toggle the glow off and set our last decoration hit to nothing. Okay, so that should be fully coded now. Apparently I missed the if branch. I still don't know what this branch does. This branch should always be false. Last decoration hit will never... Oh, well, I don't know what that is. I'll worry about that in a second. Event tick. I need to zoom in. Handle hitting stuff with a line trace, and then either moving the location of our decoration, a new spot. Wow, this is a long freaking comment. Or toggling glow unmovable on decorations. There we go. Okay, so that is that giant monstrosity of an event. Ooh, look at that sucker. That is a long thing. Okay, so this one is what? What do we have here? Okay. Are we handling decoration? If we are, set our handled decoration to nothing, so we don't manipulate it anymore. Okay, and then I think this is a bit high up for what I'm doing here. That can go here like that. Okay. Is there an item being targeted? If there is, then we're going to go ahead and grab the item. We are targeting and set that as our handle. There we go. Paint storm. I will look into that. I have not seen that. That sounds like fun. Yes, I've seen for James, I do know I can get the educational stuff for Autodesk products, but there's no real Autodesk products that I want to use. I use Modo for my modeling, and I use algorithmic products for the texturing and such. So there's nothing really that interests me in the Autodesk product series. BJ, hello Matthew, can you make an audio volume system? My big question is to separate the audio types like music, sound effects, among others. I actually do have that planned, BJ. With the recent changes in 4. something, a version or two ago, I want to say .13, they added in the ability to actually adjust mixes in Blueprints. Before you could not, you actually had to cheat. But now that we can edit the mixes and actually adjust volume levels properly inside of Blueprints, I plan on doing a system for that. I plan on updating my existing settings menu to add in an audio system, so you can have things like a music, sound effects, and maybe voice, so you have 3 different categories. And then show how to use the audio system itself for the cues, the mixers. What is there? There's audio. What do we got? I hate how it's called sounds. Yeah, sound classes, sound cues, sound mixes, showing how to do these things. The biggest key is the sound mixer was not editable prior to that version, so you couldn't ever really adjust the audio on a per channel level. You kind of had to cheat, but now you can actually do it on a per channel level, which is nice. Play 3D for playing like audios in 3D. I don't think we have that yet. You're not being targeted. Grab. Okay, cool. So this awesome giant thing handles our stuff. Handle when we push the action button to either pick up or drop a decoration. So that's done. Oh look, I already commented these. That is so handy. I don't think I commented the nodes though, did I? Nope. Let's see. So is oh see. Okay, so I've got a question. I actually left a bug in on accident, so I'm curious. So right now, with the way the system is set up, I can click on my hotkey that I apparently broke. I broke my hotkey somehow. Huh. Okay, let's try that again. Nope, I managed to break something somewhere. Well, crap. Let's see. Okay, let me apparently fix the bug. And then, yeah, that's correct, and then that's correct, and then that's correct. Okay, so what did I break? Painting. Okay. Huh. I'll be damned. Oh crap! Something. My line trace is not working right. Is what it is. Okay, so I forgot to hook up something somewhere. I'll have to figure this out. That's funnier than hell. Okay, so my line trace is working fine. And paintings are spawning in. Okay, so we have paintings spawning in. But they are spawning in the wrong... They're spawning at 0, 0, 0. Okay, so my new item is spawning in incorrectly, apparently. So, shit on a brick. Let's go through and fix whatever I broke, apparently. Yeah, spawning it in, setting the location to the hit result location, and setting, yeah, Which means this one is wrong then. Handle decoration. Setting, oh, yeah, okay. Let's actually plug in the proper node there. Instead of putting it to the normal, there we go. Yeah, that was fantastically awesome. Okay, let's see if we fixed our code, shall we? Okay, there we go. So I have a painting, for example, and I can put the painting here. And when I click, it drops the painting. Now, the accidental code that I put in was, right now I have something on my cursor. If I hit the key again to spawn something in, it drops the current item. So basically, you could do like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So I'm spawning a bunch of things by hitting the key to spawn another item in. Rather than pushing the mouse to drop it, create a new item, pushing the mouse to drop it, create a new item, pushing the mouse to drop it. So hopefully you understand, basically I have two different ways in there. I'm wondering if I should keep that second way in there, where basically when I'm holding a picture. If I want to hold a bed or another picture right now, it drops the current item and gives me a new item. I'm wondering if that seems intuitive, because I mean technically that's like a super quick way of decorating. All I have to do is hit the 1 key to keep decorating, rather than clicking the mouse to drop the items and then having nothing on my mouse cursor. If anyone has any opinions on that one, let me know, or else I can keep it as is. Basically, that's an accident by keeping this in here. If I was to do that, handle decoration, basically now it will not allow me to spawn. It will not allow me to handle more than one thing at a time. I have to click, let go, spawn another item, click, let go, spawn another item. I have to do it like that. So I have to click to actually confirm rather than just pushing the button to spawn another item in. That's the way I wanted it, but the other way I didn't know if it seemed like it was kind of a cool little feature to have. For Sterling, the second way, was the second way using the mouse to confirm or being able to drop another item? Yeah, well, keep in mind this is just meant to be a concept to show you how to put stuff in and save and stuff like that. You technically, if we were to this part right here, the spawning in part, once we've actually spawned something, so we've gone ahead and dropped it into the world, which would be this part here, we would go ahead and then go through our inventory, remove the item since we've dropped it into the world, and then remove it from a hotkey, for example, if we had it on a hotkey. So that's pretty simple. That's easy enough to add into here, because the hotkey is just going to spawn what we tell it to. Okay, so I think I'll keep that in as a showing two different ways of doing it is what I'm going to do. Are we handling something now? If we are not, we're going to spawn in the new actor, store a reference, new actor. Okay, and here we go. So set the new actor's location to our hit point, our line, here we go, line trace hit result, and then get a new rotation from the normal and set the new actor's route to that new location. New, for the love of words, rotation. Thank you. There we go. That way, because that's the key, is setting the route and keeping the individual items rotation different. That's what allowed me to fix one of the issues. And then, are we handling something? Are we handling a decoration? And if we are, we're going to go ahead and set the... Oh, see, this node I need to change. This was setting the root scale, which is not what we want. So we want the handle decoration. We want the stack mesh. That's on it. And we want to set relative scale 3D. Yeah, because we're getting the old one. Okay, so then we're going to nuke this, because this is the old version when I was scaling the parent, which we're going to keep all of the individual stuff on the node itself, on the stack mesh. Get relative scale 3D. There we go. That is a big long chain of stuff. There we go. Let's see if I broke scaling, but it should be fine now. I think things will be broken, sort of. Okay, so there's scaling. Big picture, pick it back up. Little picture, leave, come back. I don't think the picture will be... Oh, it is right. Huh. Should not have been right. But it's right now, that's interesting. I'll have to go look at that. Yeah, give me my comment, seriously. There we go. Set our meshes scale to the new value. Okay, so there's our scaling. Here's deleting. Are we handling a decoration? And there was, you know, it gets to like friggin' 40 degrees in this house and I lose all feeling in my fingers. Just highly amusing. Destroy the item we are handling. Clear our handle reference. And this one is, are we targeting a decoration? And if we are, we're going to go ahead and destroy what we're targeting. Destroy our target decoration. And there we go. Cool. So there's our deleting code, which works fantastically. And then, yeah, see, this is our rotation, which is supposed to be targeting the mesh. So this code is still good. Are we handling anything? Are we handling anything? Handling a decoration. And add some rotation to the meshes rotation. I could probably combine these two nodes into one, which is probably what I should do, but I'm not doing it. Okay, our handling decoration, no, and then we're going to interact with any objects. Actually, loop through all stored. The Y in there, isn't there? Yep, all stored, actable objects. There we go. And then tell those objects we want to interact. There we go. Okay. Oh no, it's friggin'. It's like a low of 40 and a high of 50 where I live right now, and I'm in a house without any carpeting. And I'm in an office with all wood, and there's no sun out right now. I've got clothes. It's that temperature where it's cold, but not freezing. It's just highly amusing. Okay, so okay, that is a lot of code. That is awesome. That's our character. We don't need to do that one. Here's our game mode, which we did nothing with. Here's our widgets, which technically I do need to code because of this one. And it's no longer broken because I fixed it. So actually we can just set up our listeners for the key overrides for our hotkey buttons and the QE keys. Set up our list. Oh my gosh, listeners. Our key overrides for hotkey buttons and our QE key. All right. Okay. I used to live in the desert. Yeah, now I live up in a valley near the mountains, and it's freaking colder than crap at all times. Unless it's hot, and then it's 105. So it's either 40 or 105, which is really not nice. Our parent, there we go. I do have code I need to put into our parent. Create our material instance for our glow. And actually just remembered another bug I need to fix. Change the glow to on or off. When you pick up an item, the glow still stays on. I remembered I want to shut that off. So let me make sure that's still a bug. Yeah, I want to shut off the glow when you pick up an item. Which is in our character. And we find, let's see, which one of these is correct? Handle something interactable? Nope. Nope. Handle, we push the act button to pick up or drag an operation. There we go. So this is when we pick up an item. So we want to then take that item and toggle the glow to off. And I think this might do it. There we go. Cool. So, whoa, I gotta fix collision still. Okay, so we can put the item wherever we want it. I can pick it up. It'll glow when I hover over it. And then when I pick it up, it will stop glowing. That's what I was hoping. Okay, cool. So that's good. And that's not straight. That's friggin' ridiculous. And that's not straight either, because we just want to annoy me. Seriously? Thank you. I just... oh. Thank you. Okay, so that's fixed. I need to fix collision though. The player should not be colliding with these decorating items. Let's see. Rodrigo, I have one question I was thinking yesterday night. How's your approach to make an idle system? Like if a player stays 10 seconds AFK, no mouse movement, some event happens, maybe a timer. It's a good question. You could set a timer that simply gets reset every time you do something. Or you could basically just count up on the tick of that item. Because more than likely you're going to be ticking anyways for movement. So like, I don't know, the timer seems like one of those things where you're just creating extra effort, I guess would be not what I'd want to aim for. So like if you have in your character, we have our tick right here. You have your delta seconds, so that's going to give you something every single tick. Just increment another variable, like I have a variable called idle time. And simply add delta seconds to the idle time all the time. And then somewhere in your tick in here, you check your idle time, see if your idle time is greater than whatever you want. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. So you have your idle time incremented here, and then do your check. And if your check of your idle time is greater than your AFK time or whatever, do an action. And then you have your events over here where you're doing stuff. So if you want to be, you have to push a key like on the keyboard here or whatever. Then you can just set your idle time to 0 basically. Just reset your idle time to 0 whenever they've moved. Yeah, I mean the biggest thing is you're going to consistently have to have something checking time. I mean something's going to have to check somewhere. Something, even if you set like the last time this mouse was moved was at 10 o'clock. At some point in time, you're going to have to check to see if it's been an elapsed amount of time. There is, I want to say, I thought there, I don't think there's a general mouse movement, but I mean, I don't know, that's one of those difficult things, especially if it's a game where it's just mouse driven. But then you could just simply say, must require keyboard input every X seconds or something like that. But then you could run into an issue if maybe it's mouse crafting. I mean, there's there's a couple different ways of doing it. I know you can track mouse movement on the user interface level. Technically, you do have the mouse X and mouse Y values, which you could get. You could grab those and you could store those and then compare also. That's another way of doing it. So like, you have these ones and you store these temporarily and you compare to the old values. And then if it doesn't work, you increment your, you don't reset your timer, or if they change. It's a lot of looking. It's a lot of work. It's just basically checking the input and seeing if anything's happened. You'd think there would be a generic input handler somewhere. Oh, you know what? You know what? There might be a really cheesy way of doing this. Because technically, I think in 4.11 or 4.12, they actually added in the any key. And if you set an input value to the any key, and then you just simply have that might actually work. Because technically, I think... let's find out. I like this question. Let's see if we can move with our keyboard and it prints out something. Yeah, so look, I can still move and the any key is printing out hello. So you can have multiple events firing off of the same key. So the any key will fire and the turning will fire. So you could have this basically an input action any key and have this reset your timer. So that way you don't have to hook up a little reset here, just have a generic any key input action. Now is there a mouse one is the good question. Technically you could probably hook one up for the mouse X and the mouse Y as well. Actually, since you can have multiple things bound, I wonder if you could do this. And then technically set up maybe mouse, let's see, left mouse button. Let's see, it's got me curious. Here we go. And then, let's see, display name. There we go. Let's see if this works. Okay, so the keyboard is firing off. Yep, you can see that. The mouse button is moving. Yep, there you go. That is exactly how you could do it, right there. Set up an any key, or whatever you want to call this, maybe idle check key or something, idle check input, whatever. It's in your input manager. Set up a action mapping to mouse X, mouse Y, any key. So this should cover the mouse movement and the key. Set up any mouse buttons if you want, maybe just left mouse and right mouse button. And then inside of here, you know, you'd have a new variable called, oh, this would be really simple. Like idle timer. Set this to a float. That's an integer. It's supposed to be a float. There we go. And then you just set this to nothing. So whenever they do any key, you set your idle timer to nothing. And then inside of your tick, if we can find where we put our tick, there's our tick. The first thing you would simply do is set, you'd add a float like this to your idle timer. You set the idle timer and then we get our idle timer. So you'd have something like this where we're adding the number of seconds to our idle timer and then setting it. So this is our new idle timer now. And then all you have to do here is just check, you know, if this is greater than, you know, 60 seconds, then, you know, kill the player. So this would be the code you'd have in your tick to go up every time. And then you'd fire off your if event here. And then that should work because the idle timer, basically, you're going to reset to 0 anytime they trigger the any key action. So that's actually a lot less code than I thought it would be. That was actually pretty simple. And I'm going to go ahead and steal that for a concept video, or at least a quick little thing, because I like that. That was really simple. That would be an HTF is what it'll be. Let's see. How the fuck do I idle timer? Idle timer. How can I track and do something if the player is idle? No input for too long. There we go. Cool. Okay, let me hook this back up before I finish breaking stuff. Boop, there we go. And that's not straight. I don't care. Okay, so let's go back to that. Okay, so there is an idle timer. An outline. Well, for outlining an object, you just basically use the it's a material effect. That's about all I could say. I've never done it, but it shouldn't be too hard. It's just a material effect. It takes the object's position in the world, and then you kind of like just apply an effect to the outside of it. I want to say that my computer's not cooperating here. Tom Lumen did just that for one of his things. Let's see, Joe Effects. Yeah, multicolor outline post process. So you could technically do something like that for outlines. See how he's got outlines? So you could do that. If you go to Tom Lumen's website, he shows how to do outlinings, and yeah, UE4 outline right here. So there's a possibility you could take his code and use that for outlining. I've never done it, but this is where I'd go if I was going to try to do it. Is it teleporting you in the house? It loads another scene. I have, for Alex, I have 2 different maps. And the reason I designed 2 different maps is because this allows me to create multiple maps for multiple houses, and it does it better on performance. So I can make a house B, house C, house D, and then design them however I wanted. For Rodrigo, rotating the camera around the player reads AFK, there are games that do that, and I think that's actually a lot of fun when games do that. I can't think of the game off the top of my head, but a few games have done that. Okay, so what were we doing? We fixed the glow. Did I fix everything? I mean, everything should work now. Let me clear out my house. Where's my manager? Where's my manager? There we go. Let me go ahead and clear out my save game so we can start off from scratch and test. We'll go in. Everything's cleared. We'll put this back. Okay. So now we should have a brand new house. We can move around. None of my hotkeys work. None of my buttons do anything special. Once we're in the house, we have our interface. We can put in stuff. I'll just do this for now because I can. We'll put a little light up there. Okay. So we can put in stuff. If we leave and come back, they should all still be in the same spot. We should be able to place an item down and scale it. Should be able to leave and come back. Okay. We should be able to pick it up and rotate it. And let's put our bed like that. Whoops. Let's see, we'll go with that. We'll make a big bed like that. We should be able to put a painting in here. Do something like that. And we come back in. Oh, that's in the way. Let's move you out of the way. Leave. Come back. Our bed should be in the right spot. Everything should be rotated and scaled properly. We should be able to pick it back up and move it. Okay. So it looks like the example's fully done and coded properly. They could be Minecraft torches. I don't really know. An advanced thing would be to have it where when you scale this, the light value changes. But I don't really feel like doing that. This is just a concept of saving and loading and stuff like that. And in theory, everything is based on the level name. So if you wanted to do this in like something multiplayer, we would basically, and I'll just explain this, but yeah, I was thinking of adding in the ability to save and load layouts, which I thought would be pretty cool. But I got like 8 minutes before I had to leave. Maybe, you know what? Okay, so I'll take the opinion of people watching. So what I was thinking of is being able to save and load layouts. Let's say you're in here and you pulled up a menu, and the menu allowed you to type in a name, words basically, and it would allow you to save your current layout to whatever you called it, or load up a previous existing one. Now I wouldn't have a list showing stuff because I don't want to go into saving a list of names. But for example, if you had like layout 1, layout 2, layout 3, and you named it like that, it would allow you to reload them up so you could have different layouts. I could work on that tomorrow if anyone thinks that would be kind of a cool little thing to add in. I'm going to spend the entire week on this stupid example, but I think it actually came out pretty good so far. Yeah. And see, actually, let me go ahead and duplicate this in the house B, so that way we can actually show that house B is usable. Okay, so here's house B. So let's go with house... we'll go with house A there. We'll go with house B here. Wow, house B is inside of a friggin... whoever built this house did a really poor job. Yeah, we'll go with something like that for house B. And then we'll go into house B. Oh crap, my houses have code. Yep. Apparently I forgot to put in the comments for my houses. I didn't think I had code in here. Because all this is going to do is load up the entrance and exit. Yeah, that's all it's going to do. Okay, I'm not going to code that. It's the same thing as the other one. But I'm going to put a... we'll put a sphere. Put a sphere on the top of the house. Make a big old sphere. Oops, that's the wrong direction. There we go. We've got like a a little observatory going on. There we go. So that's my house B. And then house B is going to open the interior level name. There we go. Okay, cool. And then the default is nothing. Okay, cool. So house B interior level name will be that one. There we go. Okay. So in theory, I should have house A decorated to look like crap, and then house B should be empty. Yep, cool, perfect. And it should save and load everything completely separate. Whoops, I cannot see. There we go. Oh, that's too big. Let's make you smaller, like that. There we go. There we go. House A, and then house B. Okay, and actually, you know what? On I didn't see anyone say. You know what? I'll go 5 days with this example. Okay, so unless anyone complains, tomorrow I'm going to implement saving and loading layouts inside of each level, so that way you can show how to properly keep things separate and then link to maybe to the player name. And then there was a second thing that I literally was. Oh, and then have it so that way when you exit your house, when you exit the building, it takes you back to where you came from. That's the other thing I'm gonna do. Because now that I have two houses, so basically you're gonna enter here, and you'll be in your house, and I'll maybe make it where there's a spawn point in here like this, and I'll do the same thing when you exit. There's gonna be a spawn point attached to that house, and that shouldn't be too hard because I know this house's name. So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I don't see any other questions. I streamed for about an hour. Oh, I can actually see how long. Yeah, we did about an hour today. I got all the coding done, commenting done. So tomorrow I'll add in those two other things on normal streaming time to wrap up the week. And this one was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to actually just concentrate on one thing for the full week. It's a pretty complicated example, but I'm pretty happy with it. Hopefully everyone at least enjoyed the basics of the day. Anyone who just joined, I am leaving. I'll be back tomorrow, roughly 10 o'clock Pacific. We're going to add a few more things to this example and then get it ready for recording this weekend. Actually, this weekend, oh my gosh. Shoot, I'm going to record my game jam overview, restricting camera movement, saving variables between maps, the housing system. I got a lot of things to do this weekend. And then some more of these transforms. Oh crap, I can't do these ones because I don't know how. I haven't even researched these ones yet. Except for these ones. I've done these ones. Maybe I'll do the attaching. Crap, it's going to be a busy weekend. Okay, so it's going to be a busy weekend. Glad everyone could hang out. That was an awesome question earlier regarding the idle timer. Because that could make a really simple video that actually looks like it would be... Some people might not know about the any key and things like that. Yep, okay. So I'm going to mute the stream for about 30 seconds so it just doesn't disappear. Everyone else have a good day.